happening now. State lawmakers hard at work. Today's the last day of the legislative session, and it's an all-nighter. Lawmakers working through the night and while you were sleeping to get as many measures across the finish line. This is a live look inside the Senate right now as they are taking on a key debate, a controversial gun control bill.
Yeah, and as we just mentioned, lawmakers have had several long nights so far this session. Some of the biggest issues on this year's agenda have passed. They're now headed to the governor's desk.
Your reporter, Anna Stansfield, live outside the Capitol, breaking down some of those measures and what's happening there right now. Good morning.
Well, good morning. Session began here yesterday morning and, as you mentioned, is still going on right now, meaning these lawmakers are running on very little sleep. Tracy, as you mentioned, we know right now they're discussing a controversial bill that would ban the sale of certain Glock-style pistols in our state. Right now, it's unclear whether or not they will decide to eventually vote on this morning or later today, but that's what they're in there discussing. They've been here for more than almost 24 hours at this point. It's been a really long day for these lawmakers after a really long session where they've worked hard to get through, certain major issues in our state, including the budget. This year's proposed budget includes an adjustment to increase funding for schools by about $200 million. Multiple districts are facing funding shortfalls and warned of significant cuts to staff and programming if they didn't receive outside help. More than $100 million would also go to cities and towns to help lower property taxes. New rules for homeschooling have also passed the House and Senate. If the bill gets the governor's signature, families will have to get background checks and formally register their child for homeschooling. They would also have to prove their kid is getting a proper education. Homeschool families have pushed back throughout session, saying this bill violates their rights, but supporters say it will keep kids safe. Another key issue is more oversight for DCF. A report released last week raised concerns about staffing and training for caseworkers. Some lawmakers say they wondered if children involved in the system are safe. Now, session will end at midnight tonight, and again, there's still a lot of key issues that lawmakers need to work through here today. I'm going to break down some of the major things that are still at play coming up in the next half hour. For now, though, I'm your reporter live in Hartford, Anna Stansfield, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Anna, thank you.